Hi, this is Jason with Electronix. I'm going to quickly go over the functionality of two of our new modules that have been announced this NAMM. First we have the Trigger, which is a manual gate and pattern recorder, which utilizes Sanwa Japanese arcade buttons for playability. I've got this hooked up to some drum modules, so they can be used to lay down drum patterns and sequences. You can record patterns. Record when flashing like this, it will record a brand new sequence. So the amount of time that I play for gets divided up into beats and bars. So it will assume a 4/4 rhythm for techno, house music, and derive a master clock, which can then be used to clock the majority of your patch if you go to clock dividers. The clock division of this output can actually manipulated with control voltage in this knob. Set at 12 o'clock, you'll get the quarter note division. This goes through all the triplet divisions up to 16 notes or down to 1 tick per repeat of the loop. Holding the record button, you can overdub any pattern on the fly as you go. Holding shift and record will enable a whole new pattern to start. Recording will start as soon as the trigger is played. The LEDs will blink and fill up to indicate how much time is remaining in the sequence. It's around about the minute mark at the moment for this build. There's also a roll feature for any of the triggers, which can be, let me just record the snare drum high, for instance. Here we go. If I press the roll button, these LEDs indicate which trigger is roll enabled. I can then roll the recorded signal with variable tempo. And this can happen for, here we go. This can happen for all the triggers simultaneously or individually. Another new announcement we had this NAMM is the Eon, which is our new 2 HP envelope, oscillator, and noise source module. Envelope mode, we have attack and decay controls. There will be a cycle mode. At the moment it's just it's triggerable by an external clock. There is a gate out on the end of the attack curve. There's CV in for modulating the attack and decay times. When in oscillator mode, the output becomes an LFO, which will have variable waveforms, it will sine waves, triangle waves, sausage waves. The gate output then becomes a full range audio rate square wave, which will have a Volperontive CV input. And last mode is white noise source, which at the moment is just straight up noise. For the final build, we're aiming to incorporate the envelope into this mode so that you can modulate the amplitude based on the envelope internally. That's it for these two modules, which hopefully be in production and hitting stores in the next couple of months.
So the next qubit module that's going to be released is the Nanorand right here. It's going to be shipping the week after NAMM to all of our distributors. It is a random voltage generator, sample and hold, clock source, random gate source, and noise generator in 4 HP. There are 4 switchable random algorithms that are indicated by the current color of the knob, which is also indicating the rate at which the internal clock is ticking. So we can switch through these algorithms with this button down here, which also has a gate input. The first random algorithm is random step CV. The second algorithm is random LFO frequencies and wave shapes. Third algorithm is random frequency audio rate square wave, so you can use that as an audio source, just run it through a filter, use the gate out to key the filter, and you have a random, like a random melody essentially. It's more in the bass range, so you can get random bass lines just taking the gate out, square wave output right there. And then the last algorithm is a combination of all the other algorithms. So you're going to get random steps mixed up with slewed random voltage, and then random audio rate frequencies as well mixed up in there. So I'm just going to take you through the features top to bottom here. We got a sample and hold input and output. Straightforward. Next to that is the range switch. So this switches between high range. We can turn the knob, you can see all the way up. And then when you switch it to the bottom, it's low range. So frequency it goes to. Beneath that is the random voltage output, which we spoke about earlier, outputs the 4 different random algorithms. It can be switched between unipolar, positive, or bipolar signal, depending upon what your destination is. Beneath that is the clock input, but if it's internally clocked, it acts as a clock CV, so you can modulate the internal clock rate, or if you switch it to external with this toggle, it then accepts a clock signal. One thing to note is while it's externally clocked, the gate output, instead of emitting just the clock source like it is now, just every time it lights up, you're going to get a clock output, a gate out on the clock output. If you put it externally clocked, it's going to generate random gates that are derivatives of the incoming clock signal. So what that really amounts to is you're going to have, by externally clocking it, you're going to have random rhythms generated. So you're going to have 8th notes, 16th notes, triplets, 32nd notes generated that are in time with your incoming clock. So it's random gates, but it's a new type of random gate because it's musically constrained, and it makes it much more useful in a patch. Beneath that, noise source, pretty straightforward. And beneath that is the gate input that switches between random algorithms, and that is the NanoRand. So it's 4 HP, shipping next week. Its MSRP is $190. The next module we're going to talk about is the chord. This module we're really excited about, a really innovative new module in the Eurorack format, which is a polyphonic 7th chord oscillator. So the way it works is you send it a root note CV and it harmonizes a complete 7th chord based on that root note. So you can choose between major 7, minor 7, dominant 7, and diminished 7 chord quality. And then you can choose between root position, first inversion, second inversion, and third position for the chord. On the bottom you have a separate output for each chord degree, so you can get the root, 3rd, 5th, 7th, and then you also have a mix output, which is all the chord degrees in one, which you can send straight to a filter, to a VCA, and then get stabs, and what have you. And above that, there is a VCA for each chord degree in the chord. You can choose between saw wave, sine wave, and triangle wave. So it's really, I mean, it's one of the first times that we can easily generate polyphony and chords and have chord progressions actually in the Eurorack format in our patches, which we're extremely excited about. And that's the new modules for this year.